Now, undoubtedly, still the game of the World Cup so far has been Spain versus Portugal from the second night. What an incredible... Actually, it's a week ago as we're recording this.
Yeah.
Quick 7 days, isn't it?
Bloody brilliant.
3-3 draw. Obviously, since then, and since our last episode, both Spain and Portugal have played again. Portugal with a narrow 1-0 win. Spain with that 2-1 over a dirty Iran team. They were just fouling everywhere. They got a bit better second half, but... I went into that kind of wanting Iran to win, but you get halfway through the game and you're just like, no, actually, Spain do them.
Iran played really well. Iran definitely deserved something out of that game.
Yeah.
But both in Portugal, Spain and Spain, Iran, Spain haven't been massively confident or reassured, but they've managed to get through. And I think that players like David Silva and Costa are really standing up. I think they could go a long way.
You look at that quarter of the draw, Louch, right? So Group A and Group B. You've got Spain and Portugal. Neither of whom are playing that great, Ronaldo aside, right? I know that's a bigger side.
Well,
but
no one's playing that game.
Yeah, well, but then that's what I mean. Uruguay are on the other side. They're through, but looking incredibly dull. And so actually, if you're Russia, who weren't really expected to make it through even into the last 16, suddenly... I'd fancy them to have at least a chance against Spain or Portugal and make it through the quarterfinals. Are there reasons to be happy if you're Vladimir Putin right now? Football-wise?
Well, many reasons. many reasons indeed. But yeah, I mean, the Russian team must be cock-a-hoot right now.
Yeah.
70% of them thought they weren't going to get out of the group.
Yeah.
Most people in Russia thought they were going to lose to Saudi Arabia in the opening game. They've been written off. I mean, this is how I think England should have gone into the tournament. Set the lowest expectation possible.
Well, no, I mean...
And then you can't be disappointed.
Big teams will step up in the knockout rounds, okay? Russia will be blown away by Portugal and Spain, okay, if they were to play either one.
All right, if you were Russia then, who would you think you have the most chance against? Who would you be least concerned by?
I think just from the fact that they are... Although he is a bloody brilliant one-man... Portugal, because they're a one-man team on all accounts.
Because you said Spain are going to win this tournament.
I think Spain are going to go far, and that's why Russia can't go through against Spain. But I don't think they can go through against Portugal anyway. Look, big teams step up in the knockouts. Okay, the hardest thing is when they don't get in there, and that's why Argentina face a struggle now. Big teams will step up, and I think you can already see it. Despite the fact that we're getting optimistic against England. I do feel that when we get to the knockouts, teams like, say, Colombia will step up and
Tom, what about of Spain or Portugal, presuming it's those two who are going through, right? One of them, whoever doesn't play Russia, will play Uruguay. I think that's equally troublesome for either Spain or Portugal, particularly Spain, who are really looking like they're not fire. Well, they certainly didn't look like they were firing for much of the Iran game.
I think
Uruguay have 2 clean sheets. I think Spain are going to struggle to break. They're going to play like they've been playing, at least in their second game. They're going to struggle to break down Uruguay.
I don't think you can underestimate the influence or the effect of Spain losing their manager on the eve of the tournament. I think it's going to be very much a case like 2006 when Italy was rocked by the match fixing scandal, and how the team started off slowly and eventually evolved during the tournament and eventually ended up winning it. I think Spain, for those reasons, I think they'll eventually unite around Hierro and come together as a sort of us versus them, our manager's been sacked, fuck the rest of yous, and then we'll actually become stronger as a unit. So in terms of Uruguay, they have a very good back line with Godin leading it and that sort of thing, but in terms of quality across the field, I mean, Suarez is obviously world class, Cavani's world class, but in terms of elite players, I think likes of Silva, Thiago, Iniesta, it's his last chance to do that sort of thing. I think they're a lot better, so I can see them being in a good stead.
Yeah.
So what do we think? Spain or Portugal to win the group?
I think Portugal will win the group.
Yeah, I actually think Portugal of the two, or of anyone in that quarter of the draw, Portugal going to the semis at least. I think Portugal might be in the final.
Spain, Uruguay as well.
Depending on how it pans out.
Yeah, I think Spain. Unfortunately. But Uruguay are looking like they're going to finish second, so I think it will be Spain versus Uruguay.
But Spain, Uruguay,
Portugal will
Ramos and Suarez, that is a tinderbox.
I tell you, if it's Spain, Uruguay, I'll bet you 50p that Uruguay go through against Spain.
50p? Are we men?
£1. You won't even
let's
let me.
not- that's-
You won't even
Oh,
let
we
me.
meant fight. What do you want?
Bet your wages for this podcast.
I bet like
do you want?
if that game does go ahead, I bet £5.
£900.
£9 million.
No,
What do you
£5.
want? A pint.
Wayne
A pint.
Because we're
Routledge.
men.
Maluda.
There we go. Yeah, and you can have. Yeah, if you win, I'll throw in my Florent Maluda figure.
Thank you. There's a bet. We got it on
Alright.
YouTube.
I want a
Got
bonus
to
on
take
top,
to
of,
Michaelis
on
as
top
well.
of the £5 as well. I'm giving you £5 plus Maluda.
Okay. Your bonus is
Maluda.
I'll buy a figurine of Lacazette on the internet
Thanks
and
so
give
much.
it to you.
Whistle went, thankfully. So let us know what you think. Spain, Portugal, Uruguay, Russia. What's going on in that quarter of the draw? Give us your thoughts in the comments below.